#WeAreMovieClub.
Hey there, We Are Movie Club. This week is Red vs. Blue Season 6. This is a review for week 37 of #WeAreMovieClub. This week's pick is mine. So the short sell on this one is that Agent Washington is on a mission to stop someone who's apparently hunting freelancers, and his best asset? All those guys we knew from Blood Gulch. My love it for this one is the meta. What a villain. You don't know who he is, you don't know what is going on. He just kind of growls, he never actually says anything. He's got other things going on. I don't want to spoil everything, but he is such an interesting character for what he is, and you find out that he's not just the meta, there's other things to him throughout the thing. So he's got his whole own story and development, and a whole side that we never get to see, and that's intriguing all on its own. My hate it is kind of a spoiler. The fact that Church just couldn't believe he was an AI. If Washington is correct that he's the Alpha, then he's been tortured so much, possibly, that he physically can't come to terms with that being true, because it means that he actually went through all that torment, that he can't remember, that he can't be angry about it anymore, that he doesn't have the logic to deal with, he doesn't have the innocence to deal with, that he's dealt off to all these other characters, Delta, Omega, Theta, and it's a sad thing, and I hate it, because I think there would have been a great idea in Alpha being self-recognized at some point. The MVP for this one, Agent Washington, hands down. I still love Caboose. He's the funniest guy in the show, written into the show anyways. But he doesn't carry it like he has in a couple seasons, because the tone is too serious. It's Agent Washington and his super important secret spy mission. If you watch Recovery 1, it sets it up so hardcore dealing with the way Washington deals with the South, until they run into her again in Season 6. Oh my gosh, it's such a crazy little thing. He really drives it. He's the one pushing everything. He's the one that goes through everything. And yeah, he's dragging Church along, and along with the simulation troopers, but this is really Agent Washington's story, if not Agent Maine's. And we're only getting part of it if it's Agent Maine's. Let's go on to the categories.
Aesthetics.
Once again, like there was from when we went from Halo Combat Evolved to Halo 2, going from Halo 2 to Halo 3, there's a huge jump in graphical fidelity. The assets are all a lot more clean and polished. The movement's better, which gives you better camera shots. They do a lot more of that because of that. There's a lot more sweeping shots where they get movement and action in on this moving camera, and I think it's due to Forge. I think being able to use Forge the way they did to create scenes even really helped out. And even though there's a couple scenes where like things look like they might not land up, it may just be how complicated the movements and everything are. They did such a wonderful job piecing together all these scenes, and the graphics just help that. And I didn't even notice the bars this time, because notably in Halo Combat Evolved, you lose about half the screen because you can only take the middle, because where the mini-maps and everything are. In Halo 2, they were much more condensed, but you still lost about a third of the screen. Didn't even notice it this time. Didn't notice it at all. So I'm assuming in Halo 3 you actually had the ability to turn the HUD off completely, except for the time they did show it through Agent Washington when he's talking about their vitals. But we got into doing more slow-mo stuff, which was actually really interesting to see them freeze a rocket like that, which I think is because of Forge in Halo 3. So Bungie really set these guys up with some great assets to do some great work, but hell, these guys are coming into their element at this point and really just making it shine. Aesthetics gets a 90.
Character development.
This season is indicative of one of my favorite things about movies. Things that really actually get me anticipating is when they withhold information and they just drip feed it to you. Because once they drip feed you a piece of information, everything in the show changes. You can see it from a different perspective because you have this new piece of information to factor into everything. So you're like, oh, well, maybe he's not a robot. Maybe he's actually a zombie. And here, you just keep finding out things about the AI. You keep finding out things about the meta. Agent Washington himself. Church. Even Caboose at points. So not only do you have the normal character development that we're still going through with Church, Caboose, Sarge, Griff, Simmons, but you get this new character that we get to develop from scratch. Two of them, actually, Agent Washington and Agent May. The director and the counselor, if you want to go that far. Plus all the little side characters in between, but whatever. And then you've got the AI as well. South, for when she's there, you're constantly under barrage of character development. It's all quality. It's all building to make the story better. And by the end, you really kind of can sit back and see who you've been dealing with the entire time. And it's only going to keep going. So with that confidence, character development gets a 93.
Storyline.
This is one of my favorite storylines of all time. Screw just Red vs. Blue. I love this story. It's the underdog agent needing help, and he gets the worst help possible in a somewhat serious scenario. Still has to battle, still has to come out on top. Against all odds, kind of overcomes, and it's the real underdog story mixed with this great murder mystery type thing almost, along with just a lot of sci-fi. It's wonderful. I love the story. I don't know if there's another comparable story to even compare it to. I really don't. I don't know what to say other than storyline gets a 98.
Compulsion.
Season 6 to me is a movie because how it's filmed and formatted, it fits into a movie-ish time slot, and it works really well. This is one of the few seasons where I can say this really works as episodes because almost every episode has this exposition from the director or the chancellor sending letters back and forth about the investigation that's happening. And I really wish they continued that, but it keeps you drawn in because you're like, oh, now we're in this, and what's going to happen now, and what's this focus? Plus the super intriguing story, plus the characters. Agent Washington's such a great addition to this. It's neat to see how he's going to deal with these assholes now that he's the one that's got to stand up and be the straight man in all this. Especially since against such a monster as Agent Maine. It's really fantastic to watch, and it draws me in, and it keeps me entertained, and it's still funny. I'm still laughing my ass off. All of a sudden, there's a spike grenade in the wall next to him. Church is still messing with that sniper. I don't know when that joke's ever going to get old. I've been watching it for over 10 years now, and it's still kind of funny. Compulsion gets a 98. They've totaled it up to get an average of 94.75. This is a fantastic transition from Blood Gulch to something more serious. We just get more. We get more answers. We get more questions even. We get better quality. We get more action camera issues. Where they're panning and doing real fight scenes and so many things, so many good things, and I can't wait to watch more of this. I'm actually kind of upset that I'm stopping myself from watching the next couple seasons because I want to stay on page and watch this along with Charlie as best we can. Because I want to stay on page and watch this with everyone at once and try to keep with the schedule. But once again, this was a review for #WeAreMovieClub. This week was my pick. Next week's pick is Charlie's, and he has picked Despicable Me. Cannot wait to watch that one again. Good pick, Charlie. It's going to be so much fun. I actually went and saw Despicable Me in theaters, I believe. Yes, and I saw the second one in theaters as well, so I'm super happy to go back and watch this. So that gives you any indication on what my review is going to be like. It's going to be smiles and cheers for the most part. But be sure to search the hashtag to see what else we've been up to. Check out Charlie on his channel. And if you want to get involved with us, yell us on Twitter at WeAreMovieClub or leave a comment saying you want to get involved. Hopefully we can get you making reviews, or hopefully you're already making reviews and you can join us on the Hangouts on Saturday. Alright, that's it for me. I'm Cameron.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to go check out all the fine folks that are involved in this video. Thanks for watching.